Hi, I'm Bowen Long, and on this episode of The Other Inconvenient Truth, we'll sit down with Graham Helft, a first-hand air polluter. We'll discuss what air pollution is, its effects on the environment, and what we can do to solve it. Here we go. So Graham, thank you for being with us today. So, what exactly is air pollution?
Air pollution is when it refers to like contamination when things like smoke, gas, or dust, or any other harmful toxins enter the air and contaminate it.
Graham, how often would you say you pollute?
I would have to say that I pollute kind of a lot.
Well, why do you continue to do so, even though you know you're harming the environment?
Well, we as a human species have kind of become really, really dependent on electricity. I mean, it basically controls all aspects of our lives. It supports our very civilization in the U.S. And
Certainly fossil fuels.
yeah, fossil fuels like petroleum and coal are major contributors to global warming and air pollution. And it's going to be really, really hard to wean us off of. I actually prepared a little ditty for you all today. I hope you like it. Everybody pollutes. It's called the greenhouse effect. From burning fossil fuels to using household objects, mining operations and farming activities, harmful chemicals produced from factories and industries. That was
Wow, thanks for that song, Graham.
I know.
I'd like to thank you for personally taking time out of your busy pollution
I'm not
schedule to interview with us. Well, thank you. And that
You are
concludes
welcome.
our interview. We brought in Nick Imperiali, an expert on air pollution, to tell us more about the causes and effects of this environmental hazard.
It's a disaster.
Now, what are some of the causes of air pollution?
Now, some of the examples of the causes are the burning of fossil fuels, and that is if you don't know what a fossil fuel is, those are the main source of energy that we depend on every single day, such as coal. Now, when we burn fossil fuels, we burn them to get energy, that usable energy. But when we burn them, toxic chemicals are released into the air that make it unsafe for us to breathe. That is one of the main factors of air pollution, and it's a big problem right now. Another prime example is exhaust from factories. You can see this in any factory. It's smoke coming out of the smokestacks. This is toxic to the air, and it is what the factories emit after they're done doing what they do. And it's not okay that they just put it into our air that we breathe because it's not safe for us. One of the most difficult problems that us as professionals face when we try to stop air pollution is what we're going to do about vehicles, because the gasoline that they emit is also harmful to the air, and it's making it unsafe for us to breathe. A prime example is in China. There are so many cars in China, and the air is so bad there. It's always foggy there, and the people there, they breathe unsafe air, and it's so hard to find a solution to, because almost all of the cars use gasoline. So what we'd have to do is we'd have to make them all battery cars, which not all of the car companies are willing to do that. But the chemicals and the gasoline that they emit when they're driving are harmful to the air, and eventually the USA is going to end up like China if we don't find something to do. Two other causes that play a big factor in air pollution are mining operations. This has a major effect because when miners try to dig for minerals and elements underground, the ways that they do emit harmful chemicals and toxins into the air. Another one is agricultural activities. These agricultural activities, they use ammonia such as herbicides and pesticides, and herbicides and pesticides have toxins and chemicals in them that when they're released into the environment hurt the air and cause pollution.
Nick, can you tell us a little more about some of the negative effects of air pollution?
Bowen, that's a great question. Fantastic. One of the main negative effects is heart and respiratory problems. If you don't know what respiratory problems are, there are problems that occur in your lungs and in your respiratory system, which is basically channeling airflow in and out of your body. This isn't 100% guaranteed, but in some cases, cancer has been a result of inhaling too much air pollution. Some other common effects are pneumonia and asthma. Pneumonia is an infection in your lungs. It's very life-threatening unless you do something about it right as it's diagnosed. And asthma, which is also a constant life-threatening anvil hanging over your head. Another negative effect is I just hate it so much. It's awful. I can't say it. I can't say it without throwing it. Excuse me. Sorry about that. The next one is acid rain. I don't want to talk about this. It's just awful. But anyway, I'll do it for you. Acid rain, it's a mixture of the chemicals that are burned chemicals that are released when you burn fossil fuels. They mix with rain that's about to fall. The rain is released, it mixes with the chemicals, causing acid rain.